put together. This is a lot of fun, so we hope you enjoy watching this presentation. Thanks.
He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my God and my shield, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the foulest snare, and from the deadly pestilence as well. He will cover over you with His feathers, and there under His wings you will find peace, and His faithfulness will be your shield. You'll not fear the terror of the nighttime, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 may fall at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only see, you will only observe when judgment comes. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. Well, if you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord who is my refuge, and surely no great harm will befall you, no disaster will come there near your home. For He commands His angels concerning you to guard you wherever you may go, to be with you and lift you in their hands, so that you won't strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and trample upon the serpent's head. he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he knows my name. He will call on me and I will answer. I will be with him always and I will honor him. And with long, long, long life, I will satisfy him with long life. With long, long, long life, I will show him my salvation.
Okay, Sarah may come up. Sarah, with her parents William and Kelly Blaze. Sarah has been homeschooled since 3rd grade, previously attending Cornerstone Christian School since kindergarten. She spent most of her life going on adventures and exploring new places while hiking, horseback riding, and biking with her grandparents and sister. Sarah is 17 and enjoys spending time listening to music, sleeping, going to the gym, and bothering her older sister. In 2017, she went on a 1-week mission trip to New York, joining the New York School of Urban Ministries to minister and help the homeless and those in need. Despite her childhood dream of becoming a chef, she now wants to pursue physical fitness and nutrition as a career. Congratulations, Sarah.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. I just want to say a quick thanks to especially the Lord for giving us all the opportunity to be homeschooled, and especially my dad for working so hard to have my mom be a stay-at-home mom, and of course her for dealing with Sam and I all these years, and we haven't made it quite easy, but we love us. And of course Samantha for giving me those few answers to the questions I couldn't find. So after many years of losing my eraser and breaking lead every few minutes or less, I'm done. Thank you.
Gillian Finney, Windsor, Connecticut, along with her parents John and Jennifer Finney. Born in Lexington, Kentucky, Gillian Finney is the oldest of 4 sisters. Having moved to Windsor in 2008, the Finneys began homeschooling, eventually joining Classical Conversations to aid them in following a classical model of education with a Christ-centered worldview. Gillian has been with the Manchester campus since 2011, working in the nursery after completing Challenge 3. Vital to her training for life has been the loving nurture and biblical teaching she has received from others in the body of Christ, especially the elders, Sunday school teachers, and fellow members of the Grace Church family. Studying Latin since 2nd grade, Gillian has achieved the gold medal, summa cum laude, on the Level 4 National Latin exam this year. Last winter, she received first-class honors in Level 10 piano with the Royal Conservatory of Music Certification Program. Gillian loves playing Frisbee and other active outdoor sports. She thoroughly enjoyed acting and participating in productions with the Truth Baptist Church drama team. One of her favorite scriptures is Psalm 34, verses 4 and 5, which says, "I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed. Congratulations, Gillian.
Hello, everybody. You might be wondering where this lei came from. My Auntie Etta from Hawaii, she's one of my mom's Samoan relatives. She sent it from Hawaii, where she lives, to here so I could wear it. I guess it stands for my American Samoan heritage from my mom. Well, first I'd like to thank God because he's been really good to me. I know that's an understatement, but he has been. I don't know how else to say it. I'm especially grateful for his mercy and his grace towards me and saving me. I'm so grateful that salvation is not about something impressive that I do, but about his grace and his mercy. Next, I want to thank my mom and dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, very much. Thank you for all the ways that you have loved me, all the different things that you've done for me. Thank you for all that you've taught me. Thank you so much for choosing the homeschool. I've really enjoyed CC. Thank you for all that you've taught me in music, especially for teaching me piano, for teaching me music theory, for making me practice piano every day, even when I didn't feel like it. Thank you, Mom, especially for all that you've done for CC, especially for tutoring essentials year after year, but also tutoring foundations and Challenge 2, and helping Dad with Challenge B. Thank you both so much. Especially thank you for teaching me God's Word and how important it is. And that leads me to the last group of people that I want to thank, and that's my Sunday school teachers at Grace Church. One thing that I've learned there, is that the Word of God is so wonderful. It's so thick and rich and deep and delicious, like a thick slab of chocolate cake. It's just great. But I'm very thankful for all my Sunday school teachers, for all that they've invested in me. So that would be Mr. Costa, Mr. Clymer, Mr. Sheffer, and Mr. Rivard. I'm very grateful for what you've taught me. And I'm also really happy that, I don't know where you are, but I'm really happy that my grandma's here too. So I'm glad you can make it, Grandma. All right, that's it. Thank you.
I'd like to have Nathan Hare, Bristol, Connecticut, come on up with his parents, Robert and Lori. Nathan was homeschooled through most of his elementary and high school years. When he was young, he participated in tractor pulls and enjoyed riding his dirt bike. Way to go. He always showed some interest in the arts and took drum lessons briefly before switching over to drawing, both by hand and digitally. Nate also grew to enjoy cooking and has not only developed this skill at home, but now works at the Dalish Lounge in Forestville as a cook. He has a great fascination with old school video games and sometimes plays competitively online. He's looking into either pursuing a visual arts degree at a local college or going to culinary school after graduation. Congratulations, Nathan.
Thank you. All right, you guys can hear me, right? Yes, okay, I can hear myself. So, yeah, I'd like to thank my parents. I didn't plan too much to say, so it's going to be probably short. But I'd like to thank my parents, my mom and my dad, for putting up for me and my sister whenever it's my turn on the Xbox. And then me and her go on to this long 30-minute argument, and then 2 seconds later, we're just absolutely fine. So, because that's how brother and sister do. And I also would like to thank them for basically being my taxi to everywhere I need to go. You understand that. So, because, I mean, I'm working on driving, but, you know, it's very slow and hard. So, I'd also like to thank the rest of family and friends for being cool, you know. And yeah, that's it.
Elizabeth Lange from Windsor, Connecticut, along with her parents Joel and Lori. Elizabeth lives in Windsor with her mom and dad, 2 sisters and brother, and has been homeschooled from day one. Elizabeth has a passion for teaching elementary-aged children and helping them to develop a relationship with God. She has been a leader in children's ministry for 6 years. She enjoys hanging out with her friends, hiking, shopping, and public speaking. Activities she has participated in are gymnastics, ballet, and drama. Her desire is to become a nurse and use her gifts to aid in whatever God has for her. Her favorite verse in the Bible is 1 Peter 3, verse 3 and 4. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
I'm one of those people that wrote down what I wanted to say, so bear with me. Not that tall. I wanted to say thank you to my family and friends, even if they're not the ones that help me with homeschool, just being there every day means the world. My mom and dad, thank you so much. My dad for providing for us to homeschool, and my mom for teaching me, and my dad when he is able to. I can't leave out one person that I want to thank, and that is God. His grace is so amazing. His grace is sufficient for me. His power is made perfect in weakness. I'm now going to brag about my weaknesses, because I have a lot. And so as a kid, I had a lot of trouble walking. And it wasn't like as a toddler, it was like when I was 4 years old, I really couldn't walk really good at all. I couldn't even talk when I was like 5 even. You really couldn't understand anything I was saying. I was a very slow learner. I stayed back a lot. But that just gave God a lot to work with, so I'm grateful for that. I'm so glad that God doesn't call the qualified, but that he qualifies the called. Because I'm not one of those people that's really qualified. God put the desire in my heart for gymnastics, and as someone that really couldn't walk, that was amazing. God really wanted to show his glory in my life so that when people saw and heard my story, people would say, only God could do that. So when I started gymnastics, I got better, and it was all because God put that desire in my heart to go for it, and a lot of prayer and practice, and he showed my family and friends that really anything's possible with God. And it's really crazy because I also had trouble talking, as I shared with you all, and now he uses me to teach. He gives me the words to say because I really wouldn't know what to say if it wasn't for him. And me being the slow learner I am, I'm now standing here, graduated, finally. It was long and hard. Some people might say, well, a lot of people graduate, whether a slow learner, but the difference with me is I had a lot of trouble with giving up. It took forever. But Philippians 4:13 says, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. that verse is taken out of context a lot. But what it really means is whatever I have, wherever I am, I could go through anything because of Christ, the one who made me who I am. So that's why I give God all the glory, because I would not be here if it wasn't for him. So never give up. God can use anybody. Thank you all.
I'd like to have Grace Manor from New Hartford, Connecticut, come on up with her parents, Jonathan and Tiffany. Grace was born in 2001 in St. Louis, Missouri. Her childhood years were spent with her parents and her three siblings living in Missouri, Connecticut, Michigan, Illinois. Been around. She works at Ski Sundown as a ski instructor and also enjoys helping with childcare. In her spare time, Grace enjoys dance, art, reading, baking, playing musical instruments, and skiing. Grace is currently taking classes at Northwestern Community College and is planning on transferring to Concordia University. She is excited to see where the Lord leads her in her education and future life. Congratulations, Grace.
I'm not really one for speeches. Pretty much anyone that knows me could tell you that. But I have so many amazing people in my life that helped me reach this point that I felt the least I could do was make a speech for them. So in my journey of homeschooling, I've had countless people supporting me that I'd like to take a moment to thank. One of the major benefits of having a large extended family is you have so many people all giving you their love, and they've always been there to support me with anything they can do. I'm incredibly grateful to all of them for that. So this necklace I'm wearing is one of 4. The other 3 belonging to all my siblings who at one point were all homeschooled with me. As I'm sure you could guess, it was absolute chaos at times, and I'm sure we drove my parents crazy. But it also meant that I was never lonely. I've always had them to love and support me, which this reminds me of. We were always close, even when we weren't homeschooled, but being around each other every day like that has strengthened that bond even more. I feel so blessed to have had them with me and for having that support system. Along with my siblings, my parents were always there for me anytime I needed them. They've always been amazing teachers and role models for all their kids. As I've mentioned before, I'm sure homeschooling 4 kids was never easy, and we probably made them crazy on a daily basis, but they made it work and still loved us unconditionally no matter how much we might have messed up the room or the house that day. I like to think that we've all turned into decent people, even though we still drive them crazy on a regular basis. I'm so thankful for them for being willing to homeschool 4 kids to give them the best start in life they could. Another important group of people I need to mention are my amazing friends. I don't think I would have been able to do any of this without them. They were always there for me, whether that was FaceTime with me at midnight to make me finish a paper, giving me chocolate when I'm stressed, or making sure I'm taking time for myself when I would get so busy I'd forget. They're truly the best people I could have asked to have by my side during my school years. They've been willing to put up with my crazy self and still love me despite seeing me at some of my not-so-great moments. There are so many people that have been incredibly supportive of me that it'd be impossible to name them all. But I want to say thank you to everyone that has loved me and supported me in my schooling and my life in general. I couldn't have done any of this without you guys.
I'd like to have Abigail Charlene Miele from Cobalt, Connecticut, come on up along with her parents, James and Loretta. Abigail is the youngest of 5 children and was homeschooled for 11 years. Junior year was spent at East Hampton High School, and senior year, Abby attended Middlesex Community College. Abby enjoys writing and was recommended by a professor to work as an English tutor in the Middlesex Academic Success Center. Abby has danced at Creative Dance Center since first grade. She has learned to play flute and violin and is a very talented artist. Abby sings with her church worship team on Sundays. She enjoys nature, loves animals, has a pet sitting business, and has volunteered at Connecticut Draft Horse Rescue. Abby will attend Summit Student Conference in Pennsylvania this summer. Then she will pursue a degree in English education while she considers career options. A verse she has chosen as meaningful at this time is, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope." Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Congratulations, Abigail.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here tonight. I had over 10 pages of draft for this speech, so here's what I narrowed it down to. Over my 4 years of high school, I have tried many different hobbies, learned many different things in school, tried different types of schools, met many different people. But the thing that means the most to me at the end of it all are the relationships formed that will last my whole lifetime. School is not only about the academics, it's about the people we meet. Every place I went, every activity I did, the greatest thing that impacted me was the relationships I formed with those around me. So here are a few thank yous to those people. First, I would like to thank my teachers, whether they be from Sunday school, homeschool, public school, dance, the horse barn, or college. I thank you for the influential part you played in my life and for inspiring me to become a teacher myself. I give a special shout out to those teachers who went above and beyond and became friends and mentors who I can still go back to today and ask for advice. Next, I would like to thank my grandparents for always being there for me, loving and encouraging me the whole time. Thank you to all my friends who have shared in my struggles and have grown right alongside me. Thank you to those friends who have become like family, and thank you to my family for being the best ones I could ask for. My biggest thank you of all goes to my parents. I cannot thank you enough for all the support, energy, and love you have put into homeschooling and raising me and my siblings. Thanks especially to my mother. You are the most influential person in my life. You were there walking me through every step of my life. Overflowing with love. I am overly blessed to have so many wonderful people in my life who care about me and who I can call my family. I'll leave you with this Bible verse. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members one of another. Romans 12:5. Thank you.
One quick minute to read a Bible verse. I thought the parents were going to have an opportunity to speak, so I'll just keep it really short. This senior year is very challenging with all the decisions. I really appreciated the keynote speaker regarding making wise decisions, and it's been quite overwhelming for Abby. So I had found a Bible verse I just wanted to remind people of, and I thought maybe it might help the other graduates as well. It's Deuteronomy 31:8. And the Lord is the one who goes ahead of you. He will be with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed.
I'd like to have Amy Nunez from Naugatuck, Connecticut, along with her parents Wilfredo and Nisa. Come on up. Amy was born in New York City, 2001, and is the oldest child in the family. She has been homeschooled since first grade. Amy enjoys hanging out with her brothers, extended family, reading, knitting, playing the piano, and hanging out with friends. One of Amy's favorite places to visit is... Culebra, Puerto Rico. Amy is a young woman after God's own heart. Since the age of 12, she's always said she wants to go and help orphaned children. At the age of 17, God allowed Amy's desire to become a reality. She went to an orphanage in Haiti and was able to share God's love with a group of children at an orphanage. That experience served to stir up what she already knew and felt in her heart. After graduation, Amy will be attending YWAM, it's Youth with a Mission, discipleship training school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Her heart's desire is to be a missionary, and YWAM is the first step into her calling. One of Amy's favorite verses is 1 Peter 4:8. And above all things, have fervent love for one another, for love will cover a multitude of sins. It's no coincidence that Amy's name means beloved. Everyone who describes her always uses the words lovely or loving among other beautiful words. Amy truly lives up to her name. She is such a lovely blessing to all who know her. Congratulations, Amy.
So I'll keep this kind of short and sweet. I'm so thankful to my parents for my amazing homeschool experience. Yeah, it took a lot of work and some tears when it came to the educational part, but it taught me way more than just math and English. I learned how to befriend a 5-year-old and an 80-year-old and not feel awkward, and how to work diligently and happily, and how to do my best as a sister, daughter, niece, cousin, and every other role that I fill in my family. I've learned from homeschooling that it's most important to know Jesus before anything else, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you for that. I've made so many memories and I've learned so much, so I could just thank you so much. That's all.
Caitlin Rose Pedersen from Durham, Connecticut, along with her parents, Corey and Leah. Come on up. Caitlin is excited to be part of the high school graduating class of 2019. Caitlin has been homeschooled for the past 7 years. Her faith in Jesus Christ as her Savior is central to who she is. She has grown and matured in her faith through her teen years, enabling her to meet many trials in the last few years, making her stronger in her faith. Having trained for the last 13 years as a classical pre-professional dancer, Caitlin has enjoyed performing with Project Dance, a Christian street dance ministry in Times Square the last 7 years. Caitlin also has a passion for politics and championing the pro-life cause, which has led to participation in speech and debate. She is also a member of Generation Joshua, a Christian organization aiming to encourage and enable young people to be involved in government, civics, and politics. Caitlin plans to join the graduating class of 2023 at Patrick Henry College in Purcellville, Virginia, to pursue a degree in American policy and politics with a minor in economics and business analytics. Her parents' hope and prayer for her is that Caitlin will continue to do what the Lord requires of her, to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6:8. Congratulations, Caitlin.
Okay, so my speech kind of comes with a warning sign because I may have forgotten to write my speech. I kind of wrote it in the car, so that's why it's a little ad-lib. But yeah, just congratulations to everyone in the class of 2019. We survived, guys. So I first really want to thank Miss Chris, my awesome teacher. Thanks for curing my comma-itis and making me such an amazing writer. And thanks also to Miss Jill, wherever you are. You have just been such an encouragement to me. You've taught me what a godly woman looks like, and she's given me so much just really biblical encouragement throughout the years, through a lot of tears.
dance comes with a lot of tears. It's just part of the package deal. And also thank you to Ms. Dennison and Mr. Dennison. Ms. Dennison was like my panic attack hotline. I'm not the best at math, so she had a lot of panicked calls at like probably 9:30 at night, like, help me! So she helped me through a lot of that, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. And Mr. Dennison also helped me through theology, which was really difficult. Just because you're bad at theology doesn't mean you're a bad Christian. And finally, I want to thank my mom. So this semester was really rough for me. It's my first time going to college. I mean, it's rough for everyone. And I was studying for my final, and she had worked all day, and I was really nervous for it, and I was just studying a lot. And she had worked all day, and she had to work the next morning, and it was probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And she stayed up with me that whole night just to help me study. And it was such a blessing. Like, there are great moms out there, and then there's my mom. And Mom, you're an amazing teacher, but most importantly, you're an amazing mom. So thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. Yeah, and so I just want to say a word of encouragement to all you homeschool moms who don't have graduated students yet. There's probably a lot of moments where you're pulling your hair out and you want to strangle your children because they're not doing what you're asking them to do. But you will survive, and your child will graduate eventually. So yeah, homeschooling's been such an asset to me already, and I can't wait to use that. So this fall, I'm going down to Virginia to Patrick Henry College. It's right outside of Washington, D.C. And I thought I would close with a quote by Patrick Henry. It's one of my favorites. And it says, "We are not weak if we make a proper use of those means which the God of nature has placed in our power." God has given me so many gifts, and he's just blessed me with so many opportunities. And I'm really looking forward to being able to use those opportunities and these life skills that I've learned through homeschooling. And yeah, I might be shooting for president. Yeah, so congratulations everyone else who's graduated, and good luck to everyone else who's trying to survive high school right now.
I'd like to have Ryan Shuns from Gales Ferry, Connecticut, along with his parents, Craig and Liz. Come on up. Ryan has been homeschooled from kindergarten through high school using Sunlight and then Mother of Divine Grace curriculum. At age 13, he joined the Thames Valley Civil Air Patrol Squadron. In Civil Air Patrol, he has flown a plane, learned CPR, built and launched rockets, which he has been enamored with since age 4, earned his Mitchell Award, and is currently at the rank of First Lieutenant. Ryan has also enjoyed learning to blacksmith at Mystic Seaport. He began freelance yard work at age 14 so that he could fund and build his own gaming computer. In his free time, Ryan loves to paint and play the Middle-earth miniature tabletop game. He attends the yearly International Middle-earth Grand Tournament in D.C. and has been awarded a Best Painted Army Award at a New England event. He recently was awarded the competitors level of the Padre Pio Scholarship at Christendom College and the Charter Oak Scholarship. He plans to attend Christendom College in Virginia in the fall. Congratulations, Ryan.
So pretty much I would like to say a quick thank you to first God, then my parents and my grandparents as well, especially my grandmother who helped me with both Latin and German, and all the other mentors and people who have helped me through my time in my life. So thank you.
Justin Smith of Torrington, Connecticut, and along with his parents, Jason and Brenda. Come on up. Justin is the first in his family to be homeschool graduate. He has been homeschooled by both of his parents his entire life. He has always enjoyed hanging out with his 3 siblings and parents, especially the family vacations they have gone on since he was young. Justin has gained many valuable friendships over the years that he hopes to continue into adulthood. He has enjoyed many hobbies ranging from ultimate frisbee and volleyball to RC cars, skiing, kayaking, and airsoft. During Justin's high school years, he learned many trades, including carpentry, auto repair, plumbing, and electrical. Justin has a good aptitude for math and has enjoyed learning about world history over the years. For the past 2 years, Justin has been an apprentice carpenter at DCS Construction. After graduation, Justin will continue to work for DCS with the intent of eventually owning his own construction business. A Bible verse that has inspired Justin through his high school years is 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity. Congratulations, Justin.
So first, I'd like to congratulate all the students, and I hope that as we are heading out into the world now, that we will be obedient soldiers for Christ, and that we will shine His light. And I want to thank my mom and dad for their patience, because I can be a stubborn child sometimes, and for their devotion to teaching me for my entire life. And that's about it. Thank you.
Matthew Trokey of Plantsville, Connecticut, along with his parents Dominic and Joni. Matthew has been homeschooled for 11 years. His favorite subjects are math, history, and literature, especially reading the Harry Potter collection. His special interests are piano and vocal instruction. He enjoys performing in various recitals and venues. Upon graduation, Matthew would like to entertain senior folk and those with disabilities at various homes and recreation centers. Matthew is an ardent Bible reader and churchgoer and enjoys singing for the Lord most of all. A meaningful verse to Matthew is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Congratulations, Matthew.
I want to thank my mother and father for everything they have done for me.
Jewel Trujillo from Bridgeport, Connecticut, along with their parents, William and Nilsa. Please come on up. Along with her sister, Nilsa. Twins. A twofer. That's one way to get it done real quick, huh? All right, so this is going to take some time here. Jewel lives in Bridgeport and has been homeschooled since age 4, along with her 3 siblings. Jewel is graduating a year early due to her diligence and having an average 4.0 GPA through her 3 years of high school. She is involved in the POSSE, Path of Success Students of Excellence program. The POSSE program assists high schoolers by equipping them to achieve their God-given talents and gifts. Jewel has traveled and served in short-term mission trip to Texas and will soon go to Puerto Rico to contribute to the building and repairing of homes that were destroyed in 2017 by Hurricanes Maria and Irma. She has received the Silver Presidential Volunteer Service Award for the past 2 years, volunteering in many community service opportunities such as the Community Dining Center and Bethel Soup Kitchen. She enjoys serving in the children's ministry and is very much involved in the youth ministry at her home church, Cornerstone Christian Center in Milford. She had participated in gymnastics for 9 years, enjoys drawing, reading, knitting, and riding bikes with her twin sister. Jewel will attend Housatonic Community College in the fall. A meaningful verse to Jewel is Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. Congratulations, Jewel.
We plan to do our speech together. First off, we give thanks to God for blessing us with a mom who has been a great instructor and advisor, especially during this final year of high school, and a dad who has shared with us such great words of wisdom and has been an amazing principal of our schoolhouse on the rock. We also thank God for our siblings that have been so willing to help us in any subject that we struggled with. And we are also grateful for our nephews, Mitchell and Levi, and their parents. They've been great. So homeschooling for us began with our mom teaching us in the little schoolhouse in our backyard. As we entered the 3rd grade, we stopped using the schoolhouse and did our work separately. That summer, we actually had our cousin teach us during her school break. That was pretty cool for me. I don't know if you caught that. We had school in the summer. No summer breaks, no snow days, no sick days. But we could take days off freely, and we had plenty of field trips, many of which were to the Bonner Museum. We definitely looked forward to those. Then in the 6th grade, we started using video lessons rather than just a book. That switch was probably the most challenging thing in our homeschooling career. We had our own set schedule, but now we had a much more structured one to go by. I don't really remember completing the 6th grade that year, but eventually we got the hang of it, and we even completed all of our video lessons a month and a half ahead of schedule this year. So we would definitely say that we enjoyed being homeschooled. It taught us that although we are in this world, John 15:19 said that we do not belong to it. We have been chosen by God. I think it's great that we were taught that from a young age. Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. As we enter college, our prayer is that what our parents and pastors have poured into us over the years will continue to be the foundation upon which we strengthen our Christian walk, that we would be unshaken in our faith, and I hope that we can be an example of Christ on our campus. Thank you.
So I think in the 18 years that I've been involved with Teach, this is the first time we've had twins graduate. So this is a new experience. So Nilsa has been homeschooled since age 4, along with her 3 siblings in Bridgeport, Connecticut. She has always been a diligent and disciplined student and maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout her 3 years of high school. Nilsa traveled and served in a short-term mission trip to Texas and will soon go to Puerto Rico to contribute to the building and repairing of homes that were destroyed in 2017 by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. She is also involved in the POSSE, Path of Success Students of Excellence program, which assists high schoolers by equipping them to use their God-given talents and gifts. She has received the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Award for the past 2 years. She volunteers in community services such as the Community Dining Center and Bethel Soup Kitchen, and serves in the children's ministry and is very much involved in the youth ministry at their home church, Cornerstone Christian Center in Milford. For 9 years, she participated in gymnastics. Her hobbies are crocheting, drawing, reading, and riding bikes with her twin sister. She will continue her studies in the fall at Housatonic Community College. A meaningful verse to Nilsa is 2 Corinthians 10:5. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Congratulations, Nilsa.
I wanted to take 1 minute to share one verse. First of all, congratulations to my girls and also to the other graduates here. I am extremely proud of them, and they're just amazing the way they operate. They don't do anything by themselves. You can ask them a question, and they will both consult one another before they would even answer it. As you can see, when they came up here, they shared their, their speech. And I just wanted to share one verse, real quick, and then I'll get out of your way. And it's Psalm 127, verse 3, and says, "Behold, children are an heritage from God. from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. Happy is the man whose quiver is full of them. They shall not be ashamed. I have 10 arrows in my quiver. I am very happy. I'm so proud. You know, the society tells us that children are a problem, or we shouldn't have too many. I cannot have enough of them. My wife reminded me one day that I have enough. But I cannot have enough, and they're a blessing. And you kids, when you say, oh, you gave your mothers a hard time, let me tell you something. We appreciate you so much. You couldn't, they've never given me a hard time in their life. I'm the principal of the School of the Rock. That's what we call our homeschool. And my job was primarily discipline. I think it was given to me for a good reason. They just don't do anything wrong. I never had to discipline them. So I never did anything all these years as a principal, and today I am retired as a principal. So I continue to do nothing. I'm very good at it. God bless you. Take care.
I would like to have Harmony Walsh from Bristol, Connecticut, along with her parents, Ryan and Melody. Come on up. Harmony is 17, a born-again Christian, type 1 diabetic, and the oldest of 3 homeschooled children. She went to a private school for the first 4 years of schooling and has been homeschooled for the last 9. This past semester, she had finished a college math class. Music is Harmony's favorite passion, to both play and listen. Being a crazy cat lady is her biggest hobby, and swimming is her favorite sport, having swam competitively for 7 years. Whenever good music comes her way, expect dancing to happen. Harmony is a natural reader. Having meaningful relationships with her friends and family are what she cares about most. She participated in Awana Club from ages 8 to 12 and earned all possible awards up to meritorious. Loving to take care of kids, she also helped to teach the Awana Cubbies for 2 years. Her favorite extracurricular activity has been Teen Pact, having attended and bringing friends over the last 3 years. She feels the Teen Pact experience refined her leadership abilities and strengthened her faith. Congratulations, Harmony.
So I didn't really plan on saying anything, but I guess I might as well start with my thank yous. I'd like to thank the Lord first of all, and I will thank him last too, because he is my beginning and end of everything. I'd like to thank my mom, who put up with me for so many years. Since being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 10, that was a really hard struggle. It's basically like suicide disease. You know, you don't want to live with it because there's no cure. I'd also like to thank my sister for being there for me in the good and the bad and the annoying and all the poking and teasing. I'd also like to thank my dad, who is my biggest role model in life. And, hold on. He's also a walking Wikipedia, so that's where all my wisdom comes from. My mom is my biggest emotional support. I never had the greatest relationship with my parents until this past year. I always wanted to basically get rid of them, and you know, I didn't like it. And then the Lord kind of brought a realization to me, and I realized that I did need them, and I do want to keep them, and I want to thank them for what they've done. So I used to say that I didn't look up to my parents at all because I was a narcissist and very self-centered, but then the Lord kind of changed me over the last few years, and I never got to thank you enough. I love you guys so much. Oh, I got crying. I also like to thank my best friend Julia, who has been there for me in most seasons of my life. You've seen me the good and the bad and everything in between. I love you so much, Julia. And I'd also like to thank the Lord again, because without him, none of this would have been possible. High school was both the worst and the best time of my life. And he means so much to me. I know I can't say anything better because I didn't plan on a speech. I don't have any fancy words to describe it, but without God, none of this would have been possible, and I would not have been able to graduate. So thank you so much.
So this concludes our 2019 graduate recognition. Thank you all for coming and supporting your graduate. This means a lot to them. They sometimes feel, I think, like they live in this vacuum and nobody's out there that knows about what's going on. But an event like this shows them that there's a lot of people doing this thing called home education. So thank you for all coming and supporting the graduates. We'd like to get a group photo of the graduates up here before we go downstairs. There was a reception down there. There's some snacks and beverages. Feel free to go down there. This is for the graduates and all of their guests and attendees. And then just the logistics, we would like to be closing the doors behind us by 10 o'clock tonight. It's a little before 9 o'clock. It went a little bit long, but that's okay. It's a good time. So that's all I have. That's all that we have up here. We do, like I said, want to get a photo. And again, our congratulations to the graduating class of 2019.